Hello, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Devidarshi, did you do the work I tell you to? I told you to.
Sorry.
Did you do the work I told you to find the questions?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, send me the questions.
Okay. Just a minute. Give me 2 minutes. Setup. Let me ready my setup.
Okay, all right. Is the video visible?
Perfect. Perfect.
Good evening, everyone. The meeting will be starting soon, and I request everybody to check the chat. Uh, Please follow the official handle of ISC and IM for more updates, and a link is provided for you to follow.
Who is the co-host? Please allow them. Actually, lots of requests are coming. Please admit them.
Sure, sir.
I can see here lots of participants are joining, but no one is admitting them. I am admitting them. Like let's say now I can see Amritesh Kumar and Shashwata both are in waiting.
Sir, I have admitted them.
Yes, do it fast. Yes, continuously do it because they are actually leaving. If just wait for 50 participants, if they join, then start. It will be better.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, so I think the speaker, Dr. Chandan sir, has joined the meeting, so I will be making him the co-host. Okay, so I think
Kindly make me co-host because lots of people are coming. So as a host, make me co-host and
sir, can you please make me the host back?
your
Really
name.
sorry, I guess.
Okay, okay.
IIC,
IIC.
IEM.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I have made you host, I think.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So, yes, let me add you as the co-host. I guess someone gave you the host access. Just a minute, sir, accidentally. Yes, I've made you the co-host of the meeting.
Yes, yes. Now it is okay. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you so much, sir. So we will join. We will let people join for a few minutes more, and then we will start the session.
Yes, yes, sure, sure.
And very, very welcome, sir, to this session.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hello, Dada. Can I talk for a little? Hello.
Yes, Gaurav. Just tell me.
দাদা আমি গৌরব রাইডি থেকে
Okay, okay. Okay, we can talk. Just let the workshop is over, then we will talk. No problem.
ইয়েস দাদা
So
Shora, please
anyone?
control the host power. Host power. Anyone can unmute.
Okay, sir.
And
Hello, am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
network.
yes, audible.
Okay. So, hello, good evening, and a warm welcome to all the faculty, students, and our audience on YouTube on the second day of Innovation and Entrepreneurship Workshop conducted by ISE IEM. My name is Anirudh Ghosh, and I am a third-year mechanical engineering student, and I will be your host along with Devyadarshi Das for this session. Today, we welcome our speaker, Dr. Chandan Adhikari, Assistant Professor at Institute of Engineering and Management, Kolkata. He is a master's degree holder from IIT Hyderabad, PhD holder from IIT Indore, and a specialist in applications of nanomaterials in biomedical science. Dr. Adhikari has published about 17 research articles and 8 Indian patents, having H index of 10 and I index of 11, along with 285 citations. He has also worked at IACS Kolkata as National Postdoctoral Fellow from the year 2017 to 18. I will now allow sir to continue. Please, sir.
Thank you, Anirudh, for this nice introduction. I guess I am audible, right?
Yes, sir, you're audible. Loud and clear.
Thank you very much, IICIM, for inviting me to share some of my thoughts and to interact with some brightest mind, especially the students. But I hope there are also some faculty members are also here. So you are most welcome to ask any questions during the entire session. Any stupid question is most welcome. So let me share my screen first. So this is not a regular lecture, as you can see. It's a kind of a discussion where I will try to share some of the thoughts about design thinking and some of the techniques which can help you as a young entrepreneur and can help you to think differently, right? So see, the entrepreneurship or the innovation, these two things are highly interrelated. Until and unless there is innovations or a good idea is there, it's very difficult to become a good entrepreneur. So first, you need to have capability to generate some of the idea, because if you have a good idea, then it's very easy to go ahead. So that's why I choose this topic. Although the session was on design thinking, critical thinking, and innovation design, I thought that if I can discuss with you for a few minutes regarding what are the various techniques that are used by most of the MNCs throughout the world for innovation, new innovation, or the modification of the existing product. That's why you are getting new product in every year, almost in every month, and it is nothing but the tremendous work done by the R&D department. So the work done by the people like you. So if they can do, you can also do. So that belief you must have. So for the next 40 minutes, I will try to discuss about one of the technique which is used by throughout the world by most of the MNCs. The technique is Campert technique. It's a very one of the best technique in design thinking and innovation in this field, which helps to design new idea. And we will discuss with the real example, some of the real examples with very easy examples. We are not going to discuss very we can say difficult or very big examples. Rather, we will try to think with very basic examples, very small examples, which will help you to understand that how you should start your thinking, or it will also help you to understand that how to make things which will be useful for the common people. Then only if you can have an idea which can give you a product which will be used by the common people, then there is a huge chance that it can be marketed, or there's a huge chance you can get the investor for that, right? So what will start? As I told that everything should start with an idea. It can be any idea, any stupid idea. I generally told my student that if you do not have any idea, just casually visit the kitchen where your mom or dad are cooking and try to look what problems they are facing. Or even while you are cooking, or you don't have any work, just visit the kitchen and try to look for how you can improve so that your moms and dad's work can be more, you can say that, less laborious. What product you can modify. So it can start from anywhere, or it can be any idea. no idea is useless or no idea is a bad idea. An idea is an idea. So everything should start with an idea. So that's why I thought of choosing this topic, that what are the technique that will help you to make the to create an idea. Because if you have idea, then only the other things will come. You can proceed after that. Without idea, no innovation will be possible. So idea is the first criteria that you must have for any kind of innovation, for any kind of entrepreneurship also. And as I told that it can start from anywhere. And you need to ask after you have an idea that whether you are the first one or not. That is again second criteria and one of the most important criteria. Because if you are the first one, then it is very easy, because you can proceed with that idea very fast. But if you are not the first one, let's say ideas are already existed, then also you can do something on that idea. That is all about the scamper technique. That whether if it is a new idea, then no problem, go ahead. But if the idea is not new, let's say already someone has already have that idea, someone has already designed that product. So now what you can do extra? So that we are going to discuss for the next few minutes. But if you are the first one, let's say you have an idea and you are the first one, then what to do? Then go ahead with the patent filing and take it from there. So that will be a different lecture, I hope, different series in this workshop. We are not going to discuss today about the patenting thing. But if you are the first one with your idea is the first one, then go for the patent and take it from there. And if your idea is not the first idea, you are not the first one, then you need to do something on that idea. And you need to make it patentable, you need to make it unique. Then only you can proceed from there. So we are going to talk about that thing today, right? And when you are ready with an unique idea, then definitely you can go for the investor and you will get the funding, and then you move from there and go for the entrepreneurship, go for the marketing, right? So today we are not going to all those things about, we are not going to discuss about the patenting and how to raise the fund, all those things. That is a different topic. Today main topic will be to create the idea, and if the idea is not new, how to make it new. So that's all about today's thing. So let's start with a very simple problem, because until unless you can identify the problem, sometimes it is very difficult that how you will create an idea. If you can identify the problem, the idea generation become more easier, according to me. So it's always better that first look for the problem. This one, as you can see, so simple. It's very simple, very basic thing. All of you have already said. But see how people are thinking. If this tape has a round shape, then sometimes we have seen this problem. If you keep it in the table, it falls down. It's a high risk that it can fall down. So this is the problem. What will be the solution? See, so simple idea. Just make it this. We just introduce the edge, and now there is no chance of falling down. Very less chance. So it's a very simple thing, very basic thing, but it makes our life more easier. The main purpose of design thinking and innovation is to make your life much more easier. Let's say one product is already there in the market, and if you make some modification on the product so that it will be more useful, people will be happy to use it, then definitely look, people will going to buy your product. Although it is almost similar, but with little modification. So this is one of the very simplest example, that it's a round shape tape, but you are introducing the edge, and it becomes not a new product, but it solve one of the problem that we are facing every day. So definitely, if I ask you now that, let's say that you are visiting a shop, you are going to buy the let's say tape, and there is two tape. One is round shape and another is this. What you are going to purchase? Definitely, you are going to purchase this one, which has this edge, because there is a less chance that it will fall down from your table. So although there is two products, similar product, but very less people will go for the round shape. Most of the people will go for purchasing this one. So this shows that if you have somehow can solve some of the problems which people can face, and you can relaunch the same product with little modification, there is a high chance that your product will be easily will be taken very happily by the common people. This is one of the examples. There are many examples are there. So let's go with another example. Then I will move further. Again, the drop rest. This is nothing but a cup. But if you look at this one, sorry, yeah, this one, there is some modification where if drops comes down, if it is not there, there's a high chance the drop will fall down on your shorts or on your pant. And it quite sometime happened to us. Let's say if this webinar was on offline mode, this workshop on offline mode, definitely we would have a tea break. And during that time, there's a very common thing that this drop sometimes comes to this side and it falls down on our shirts or hands. But because of this little modification, this will become here, and this definitely it will not fall down. It's a very primitive idea, I would say, but it's useful. Similarly, little bit sophisticated, this one, dry hands faucet. You can use this. The same thing, it will act, the hot air will come out and the water will also come out from the same thing. Definitely it is little bit modified. Definitely little bit modified. So now these are the few of the examples where the same product have been little bit modified with some uniqueness. So how do you think how it can be achieved? Definitely some idea will come instantaneously in your mind, there is no doubt. Definitely there are some genius people and they don't need anything, they will automatically create some idea. But we are not talking about that very less percentage of genius people. We are talking about the common people like us who need something, who generally learn from somewhere and then create something. So how do you think how people have generated this idea? Definitely there are some techniques, right? So today I'm going to talk about that technique, which probably I believe that will help all of you to create something new, to create something unique from the existed one. So I'm not talking about that you need a completely new idea to become an entrepreneur or to create something great. Whatever things are already available surrounding you, you can make them more visible, you can make them more attractive, you can introduce something to them and it can be more unique. So that's all about that I'm going to discuss. So, and one thing that you need to remember, what is new is actually a modification of the existing old things around us. Today's smartphone is nothing but an extension or extensive modification have been done on the very primitive one, which was there, let's say 30 years ago. But today, so that's why I'm telling that whatever new things we are basically observing or we are using, they are nothing but the modification. Let's say modification years after year and you are getting the very new and unique product. So whatever new you are thinking, they are actually modification of the existing old things surrounding us. That's why I told that if you want to generate something, this already I've told many times in my class also, when student asks that, sir, how we are the first year or how do we proceed with a new idea? I told them, first don't read any books. Just while you are traveling, while you are taking tea with your friends, look around yourself and try to look for the problems that what people are facing, and from that you take the idea. Actually, all the things are surrounding you. It is the people who has great observation power who can pick up the problem and then work on it. So one of the technique that is used, that I was talking about for the last 10 minutes, it's called scamper technique. So one of the tool which is used by the MNC, or probably the mostly used technique throughout the world. So each word in this scamper has its own meaning, and we will discuss one by one today. We don't know. I don't know how much time we'll get, but I will try to at least focus few of them. So substitute is combine, then adapt, modify, magnify, purpose, eliminate or minify, rearrange, reverse. So these are the 6 or 7 techniques. 7 techniques. Scamper, it has 7 letter and it has 7 different techniques. And today, whatever examples I'll try to give, you will see that anyone can do it. It's not the rocket science. We are not going to, I'm not telling you that you need to invent something like SpaceX. That are very people, as I told, there are very few people in the world who are as genius as Elon Musk. But most of the common people, the most of the common thing that we are using today, that has been designed by the people like us, right? Thank you. I think there is no time limitation, so I'll try to discuss as much as I can today. So we'll try with the first one, substitute. Substitution is nothing but, so this is little bit about history of Campertech. I'm just skipping it. It's not required. This also I think I have discussed. Okay. So see, this is one of the example of substitution. Previously, it was blackboard that we used to see in when we are in the school. That time, whiteboard was not so popular. So blackboard is replaced by whiteboard. This is also a kind of innovation. It's nothing but substitute. You are substituting whiteboard with blackboard with whiteboard. And what is the advantage? In blackboard, not all color will be very much bright, except few color. Not all the color will be very bright, and there are lots of problem also. But in whiteboard, it was much brighter. Most of the color will be very bright, and you can see that there are various other advantages. It is a very simple example, that substitution. There are many more. See, you can substitute the numbers in the log with words. This is also innovation. There will be various type of logs where numbers are there, but you can introduce a log with where words can be used as a instead of numbers. So these are new design, new product definitely, but it's a modification of the existed one. Instead of numbers, you are using the words. So this is called substitution. These are the few examples where it will help you to understand that what you can substitute. Like, let's say you have seen that most previously people used to, I think, have the chairs and tables by wood. Nowadays, fibers have came, plastics have came. So this is the substitution. Another example. This one is very nice. I personally like. Let's see, instead of metal, people are nowadays using the bamboo, and this is the real thing. It is available. If you search, this kind of bicycles will be available. So instead of metal, you can use the bamboo. So let's say if you can design something like that, not all, definitely not this product, some other product. If you can substitute some portion of that product with something, then that can also be launched as a new product. But you are not creating new. You are basically you are basically introducing something. You are substituting something. That's why it's called substitution method. One of the first method in Scamper technique. And these kind of things are already there in the market. And this was I was talking about that instead of wood, you can use fiber. So this is called substitution. Again, this again I like very much. Kerosene with solar power. So interesting, right? You are actually doing so many things by substituting kerosene with solar power. Those who are from the village or those, I don't know how many of you know about this lamp, but I actually used this till my 10th standard because there was no electricity in my village where I used to study. So this lamp was very much popular, very much familiar to the people who have actually gone through these things, that there will be lots of load shedding, or as I told, there was no electricity at the time. We used to use this lamp, and kerosene was the only thing to power it up. But it is not very, you can say, environmental friendly, or we can say that it is harmful. So instead of kerosene, people have designed solar power light. Even at the end of the day, I will also show some of my design where I also thought about designing something, but with little modification. Again, I will show. Idea was same. I wanted to use it with, I wanted to use the solar power, and I wanted to develop a lamp, but lots of lamps are already there in the market. So how people will, why people will take my innovation, my design? So definitely I thought something else. So definitely I will show at the end of my presentation. So this is again a substitution. People first time who has invented this, or first time who has come up with this idea, definitely knowing or unknowingly he has done this substitution. Kerosene with solar power. Nowadays lots of these things are available in the market. Again, this kind of things are already available. People are nowadays thinking about not using coal as a fuel because of its lots of bad effects. You probably have heard about these things, or you have learned in environmental sciences. But again, the biomass are much more, we can say that environmental friendly, not completely environmental friendly, but it is less harmful than coal, and also it will help to preserve the coal. So this kind of urja stove where direct biomass you can use, biomass pellets you can directly use. So this is again something innovative, because there are lots of stoves where coal can be used, but people have thought about it, and someone has come up with this idea that instead of coal, can you design some stove where biomass can be directly used? So there are a number of examples. I am just given a few of the things so that you are familiar with this thing, that okay, with substitution also you can generate something new. For example, nowadays instead of steel, people are trying to use ceramics, and there are some companies they are also already have done, which will definitely help to prevent the corrosion and all those things. So this is the way that you can come up with new things by substitution. Again, instead of steel, aluminum can be used, and aluminum has lots of advantages. One of the things you probably have heard, or those who have read in chemistry, that aluminum is corrosion resistance, because if you use the aluminum, there will be less corrosion. I'm not going to discuss the detailed thing because lots of chemistry is involved there. And also it is, you can say that less, I think it is a little bit lightweight, so low mass is required, and better performance. So nowadays people are also working with these things. And again, if you talk about that, what else can be used instead of steel? Nowadays people are using carbon fiber. You probably already know this, those who are tech savvy, or those who already read, those who read some of the magazine, the technical magazine, they already know that carbon fibers is already have been introduced by few of the companies. So they are completely replacing steel and all those things with carbon fibers. So that is nothing but substitution. So as I told, I have started with a very small thing with whiteboard instead of blackboard, but then slowly I moved with some of the big examples. So what I will suggest you, that you also think about this whenever you got a product. First, try to apply this camper technique one by one, and try to look for which is best suitable to make it unique. Then I probably believe that all of you can at least come up with one idea. So after this workshop series, complete 6 days, if you can generate one unique idea, and at least if you can get a patent, then only this will be fruitful. The outcome of this workshop will be fulfilled. Otherwise, I will talk for 1 hour, you will listen and you will forget. That is not a fruitful thing. So whenever you got, if you really wanted to do something, pick up an product and apply the scamper technique one by one. It is not that all will be applied with one, or let's say there are many products where you cannot apply substitution or adaptation or modification. This thing cannot be possible. You may have to apply some other techniques from the scamper. So it's your duty. I will show definitely that how it can be applied one by one. Right. So this I was talking about, that carbon fiber. BMW already has started working, already have developed this thing. Instead of steel, they are replacing steel and all those things with carbon fiber. That is replacement, substitution. Definitely, the product will be more attractive. People are going to purchase it. This is one of the design where many things can be substituted one by one. Sitting can be substituted with fiber reinforced plastic. Then rooftop can be substituted with magnetic magnesium. and then doors and other thing can be substituted with alloy steel. So instead of one thing, they are using multiple things with substitution. Now, what is the reason behind it? It is written already. The right material in the right place where it is required, you use it. Definitely, there are some reasons. Not going to discuss in detail why only the chassis and doors are used by alloy steel. Right? That, if you wanted to know more, try to discuss later. This is all about substitution. I am not discussing more because now this is I wanted to discuss for 2 minutes, because not only that always it has to be a product, it can be a service. For example, Ola, Uber, they don't have a single car, right? They are using as a service, car as a service. So this is also a substitution. They are substituting the car instead of product. They are using the car as a service. They are not selling any. Nowadays, I think something which come, Ola scooter and all those things is coming, but it was started as a service. So this is also called a substitution. So see, look at this. When the Ola and Uber first came into the market, definitely they have just introduced their car as a service, not as a product. So cars were already there in the market, but car was there as a product in the market, not as a service. So Uber and Ola, they have first introduced this thing and they are much popular. They are very much successful nowadays. So definitely there are some things, right? So these are the few things that you must keep in mind, that not every idea is instantaneous. If you can apply this kind of techniques, it will be much easier for you to find out the problem and work on it to make it unique. So that's why it's very, very important. And this is something else that this is quite big, because you are actually replacing the human intelligence with artificial intelligence, which is very much popular also nowadays. So no driver is required. So see, Google is trying to completely remove this thing, human intelligence, with artificial intelligence. You already know the self-driving car is already in the market, but it will take some time to launch in Indian system, or it will definitely take some need some more testing and other thing, because although artificial intelligence is good, but if you want to completely remove human intelligence, that sometimes it needs to be rigorous. Testing should be rigorous. So this is at the end I have discussed, because it is quite big, right? But this is also a replacement. This is also a substitution. Instead of human intelligence, we are replacing with artificial intelligence. It's also a kind of substitution. So we have covered the first one, substitution. So now we'll try to go for the combination, combine in another topic, which is quite important for all of us. For those who are already in the field of design thinking and innovation. See, instead of two products, you are making one. Now, combination kind of things are already available. Thousands. If I ask, you also can give lots of examples where combinations is there, right? So you can also write in the chat box, write some product you know where two products have been combined into one, and I think you can see that what product you can. So you can write in the chat box some of the product where two things have been combined and you are using it. This is very, very common thing where everyone is using, right? Not very much common, not everyone has this thing, but nowadays people are coming with this idea where flash basin, it also has a wash basin and flash tank. So flash tank and wash basin are two different things. While you are coming from the washroom, you need to let's say wash your hands in a separate wash basin. But now people are combining these two things, wash basin and flash tank, into together. It is saving the places. It is actually needs less space. Because nowadays space is one of the major problem. In the while you are going to purchase a flat and all those things, you are always thinking that how you are going to utilize the space and all those things. Someone has written nail cutter, very nice. Ashutosh Kumar and Rupyan has written pencil and eraser. Yeah, definitely they are combination technique. So this kind of wash basin and flush tank nowadays it is available in the market. So you don't have to have a separate space where you need to keep the wash basin. Instead of that, above the flush tank already the space is empty, so you can use it, right? So see, so many advantages are there. Definitely people are, if there are two things, let's say if someone asks me what I'm going to purchase, definitely I'm going to purchase this one because it will save the space. Also, not only space, probably if I have to purchase two products differently, separately, I have to spend sometime more money. Here, maybe it will be less, it will be more economic, because when you are combining, definitely price will not be the same. Let's say basin has a 1,000 rupees and plastic has 1,000 rupees. While you are combining, it can be sold. It is just an example that it can be sold as a 1,500 rupees. But if you purchase separately, you have to spend 2,000. Maybe it will be popular, much popular. So this is one of the technique. This is one of the way to think about it. Again, this thing, door handle and combination lock. Same time it can be. You are just combining lock and handle at the same time. So that again it is more convenient to use. You don't have to purchase separate lock for it. There are so many things are there. Economic will be different, and it will be a good new product also. So that's why these techniques are. So whatever example I am giving, they are all practical. I'm not giving something which is only in the book and not in the market, not in the it is not possible. Everything is possible, and they are not very big examples, as I told, very very small, very primitive, but very useful. That is one of the major criteria to really want to become an. So again, there will be a discussion on it, but I don't want to spend much time. Creativity and innovation. Lots of differences are there. One of the major criteria of innovation is that it must be, you can say that commercializable. It should be commercializable. Otherwise, it will, if you have a very great idea, but it is not possible to commercialize, it will be simply called as a creativity. It will not be called as an innovation. So that's why all the examples I'm trying to show, which are real innovation, that means which can be commercialized, which can be used by the common people. Right. This one again, bottle cap plus lock. Sometime instead of this thing, if you simply open the bottle cap with lock, that is also a new thing, right? Interesting thing with lock system. Very very small and primitive, but interesting, useful. This one I kept it purposefully. Shampoo plus oil. This is sometime sometime after shampoo, let's say you need to take the oil, right? But if the shampoo itself can act as a that means if you can combine the shampoo and oil, and both of the things will be so that you don't have to use it separately, the oil. So definitely already it is already in the market. So again, these are nothing but the research and development. It is nothing but the research and development. The R&D people has already done it. These are a few of the examples of combine. This light emitting glass plates. This is also very nice idea I used to say, because this glasses can be used as a shelf as well as it can be used as a source of light also, right? So these are already there in the market. You can purchase also. These are all about combination technique. Smartphone is definitely a combination technique. Lots of things are combined, right? Camera, video, all those things are combined. Many things you can do. So that is also combination technique. And every year new things are combined. Right? You can do so many things with that. So definitely that are also combination technique. Smartphone, great example. I think who has given that? Parthiv has given this example. Smartphone is a definitely example of combination techniques. But this type of things are most attractive and useful. So if anyone can think about this thing, this kind of thing, which will be much more popular among the common, then it will be very easily to commercialize, right? The dishwasher plus storage cabinet, right? At the same time, it is used carbon dioxide instead of water for washing. So Definitely. It has been done not only by the engineer, but lots of other people are also involved. So you are using two things, that if you can use carbon dioxide instead of water, it is definitely saving the water, and using the carbon dioxide, which can be very easily available. And at the same time, you can also keep your all the we can say that these and other things. So again, a combination technique. And these are the things which frequently we have seen in the Facebook and other thing as a promotion. Lots of these kind of products are available, very nice product, where you can see that they are just simply combining 2-3 product into one, and so that it is saving the space. Again, it is attractive, less. It is also the price is also a little bit less than the individual things. For example, fridge and table, at the same time you can combine. Sofa and table you can combine, right? Sofa become chair becomes sofa. So this kind of things are also there. This also we'll see in another technique. It can be also come in the combination technique, but another technique is called modification. There also we'll see. So you also can think about something like that, where 2-3 product you can try to combine and make it single product. Definitely, if you simply combine it, no one is going to purchase. You need to tell why this product is innovative. It must be more advantageous than the previous one. Then only I am going to purchase it. Otherwise, who will purchase? Let's say if you simply combine one fridge and table, no one is going to purchase. But see how they have designed it. So modification must be there. You are combining with little bit modification so that it must be attractive, less spacious, less. It will be more economic. The price would be less. Then only people are going to be interested. Otherwise, not. No one. I can also combine 10 different things. One day I told my student that don't think that you can simply speak it through Feviquick and you can sell as a new product. No, not possible. You have to work on it. This is a kind of an idea that okay, you can combine, but you need to work on it. You need to come up with the idea how to combine. That is one of the important things. That is your job. Otherwise, anyone can do. Why you need a innovator? Why you need a design thinker like you? Anyone can do it. Just combine it. But combination with intellectual mind, right? So these are lots of examples are there. This right. See, this is also kind of a combination. These are all combination techniques. As I told, sometimes it can work as a table, sofa, chair. So this is a combination technique. But you see the combination, how they have combined. They have not simply combined 2 chairs into a sofa. 2 chairs and sofa, they have not stick together, right? They have made it things possible so that it can work as a table, as a chair, as a sofa, whenever it is required. As per the demand, it will work. So this is called the combination technique, right? And this is the most primitive one, which is already there for thousands of years, right? People have tried to use these things. Concrete is one of the examples. More than 100 years we are using, 200 years we are using. Cement, sand, and I have kept it at the end so that I just wanted to make it clear that combination is not something. Combination means it has to be new after combining. Concrete is a new thing. After combining cement, sand, and crust, and you cannot combine as per your choice. You have to combine in a perfect ratio. Then only it will become a concrete, good concrete, right? But it's a combination. So it's a very I put this example to make you understand that combination must be in such a way so that it has to be a new thing with proper. You need to work on it. You need to optimize it. It's not very easy thing to combine. Don't think they are all very easy to do. No, very difficult to do. That's why you need the designer. Otherwise, so think about it. These are the few. This is something that I want to say, that try to think something what you can combine, what you can substitute for new innovation. And at least I will be very happy if someone or I will if all the students who are attending this session, if they can come with one idea, it will be great. So 2 ideas we have, I think, combined, and there are many things, but I am not going to discuss all the things. Must be strict to the time because there will be 10-15 minutes question answer session. So quickly, I will try to discuss one thing which may help you from my one of my my patent idea that I have done it because it will help you to think that how the things can be done, right? So I would like to go through this one. Then I will conclude it. This was actually when I was there in the previous institute. That time I thought about it, and finally it got patented. As I told that I was uh, actually this idea came when I was going through the dustbin, and I saw that few of the students they are coming up coming with their that what is called some perfume bottles and other things, and they have thrown into the dustbin. That time it struck into my mind that can it be possible to use these things to make a very cheap solar powered study lamp, which may be useful for the people, for the villagers, for the common people, for the poor people who cannot purchase a very fancy solar powered study lamp. But if we can use this thing, because when I was there in previous institute, that institute inside the campus around 25 to 30,000 students stay. So I thought that all the this we can say that body parts which I am going to use, they will be available freely, and they will be very happy to give it. So I don't have to spend a single money for these things. I have to only spend money to purchase one solar panel, and the designer part can also be done very easily. So the title of the solar this idea was solar powered study lamp, and my idea was to instead of using the conventional thing, I substituted the conventional body parts of the lamp with some of the aluminum cap, then perfume bottle, all those things. The reason was that these things are very lightweight, and it can also we can say stay for longer period of time, because aluminum bottles and all those things, they actually stay for longer period of time. And you can see that most of the techniques I tried to apply here. I combined the used household materials. I substituted various body parts with the used materials. And what is the elimination part here? I have eliminated the conventional energy with solar power. Replacement is also there, new materials with used material. So that means I have just tried to correlate with this idea to various techniques, campus techniques. It is also adapted to the environment because of the solar power things. And the modification was in such a way so that it can be designed with some of the we can say that the thrown away materials, which will be available free of cost. So finally, it was done by me and one of the BTech third year student, Mahesh Kumar Pujapu. I must acknowledge him. It was finally published, but the product was not launched because after that I left from there. But this is one of the things like that. I have also have different patent, and most of the things are like that only. Right? So this is one of the things that will actually I thought, and the thinking came not just by reading any books and other things. It was came back because I was thinking that when I saw that they are throwing all those things, I was thinking how to use it. Definitely, it was not came in the very first day. It took some time, and then I come up with the idea that it can be used. Right? Similarly, there are various nowadays people are also using this kind of thing to make torchlight, aluminum bottles and other thing as a torchlight. It was not commercialized. It is not. No one has taken patented. I have also searched. Once taken patent for that, but the common, very common shop owners and the normal mechanic, you can say that mechanics, the electrician, they generally use this thing. So I thought, why can't I do it? So I also have a patent on that torchlight made up with this kind of aluminum bottle, used aluminum bottle and other thing. So this will be very much lightweight, and again I have tested it also by throwing from the second floor, third floor. It was not going to break. Not this one. I am talking about other one. I have not put that example here. So I think so. This is some of the technique that you can use, but there are various other techniques. I have only discussed two techniques: combination and substitution. I think there are more than 7 techniques, right? So I will keep this session. I would like to end my talk here. Now it is time for discussion. Before that, one question already came, that how long did it take for your patent to get approved? It was the idea patent, so it was published immediately. Within 3 months, it was published. It was the idea patent, not the full product description. Right. So idea patent, but that means I have patented my idea only, so that no one can claim later. So it took 3 months, around 3 months. So the session is now for the discussion. All kind of questions are most welcome. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful presentation. Now we'll move forward to the students and the rest of our participants here to ask our speaker any questions they want.
Can I have a question?
Yes, sir.
AKC.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please.
Chandan sir, my first question before I ask any question to you is the audience captive? Is it only IM or no?
I think from various institutes they are there.
Okay, then I'll ask you on a one-to-one basis. Thank you.
So the students are please requested to unmute themselves and ask any question they would like to from the speaker, Dr. Chandan sir.
Yes, students, you can ask and the participant
And you can also write in the chat box.
Yes, chat box also you can write.
Sir, I have received a question from a student. They're asking that how will design thinking help students get a job which isn't mainstream like IT jobs or such?
Yes, so it's a very nice question, I think. And see, whether you are C, CSC, IT, if you really thinking to grow your career, then once you join any of the companies, all the companies, they have a R&D team, because they also need some development in their product, development in their service. So if you have that capability, if you have that idea, you can definitely, or let's say you are joining to that company with some of the patents already you have in your CV. So definitely after joining, they are going to give you the opportunity to work on that team. Every company, every sector, they have their R&D team to further progress. It is not only about the product, as I told, to improve the service. Design thinking is also important for the improving the service, because it is not only about the product. Let's say they have running a company and their service is already there for 10 years. How to improve it so that it will reach to the maximum people. So in that, your career growth will be there. It is not that you have to become an entrepreneur only, because I personally believe that see, if you have a good idea, and it doesn't mean that you will become an entrepreneur, good entrepreneur, right? You need lots of things after that. But if you can generate an idea, if you have that skill, at least try to get some patent so that it will help you for the career development after you get the job. And before you get the job, during interview, it will help. They will think that, okay, this student has the skill to solve the problem. Designing a new thing is nothing but you are solving some of the problems, as I gave the example in the very beginning, right? So this way it will help you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So good evening, sir, and everyone present in the meeting. So there is a question from my side.
Yes.
That we have made a patent, like the patent has been applied, then
yes.
it has also been accepted. Then, sir, now it's time to start a company and make that project into a product,
Yes.
right? So can you please share light upon how can we make a project a product if it is patented? Like what are the economical factors? What are
Yes.
the factors assuring the quality and the after sales services about
Yes.
that product? Can you
Yeah,
please
yeah.
share light upon
Yes,
that?
yes. Yeah, thank you very much. Very interesting question. So let's say your idea is your patent. You already got the patent for your idea. So they will give, first of all, the patent grant is very much important. So they will give some time to make you prototype and to submit the complete proposal, the complete details of that thing. So during the time, generally they give around I think 24 months, sometime around that, they do 2-3 years time. So during that time, your first job will be to make the prototype. Once you make the prototype, then you need to actually test on it that and during the prototype making, you need to come up with the idea of that what will be the cost, prototype cost, as well as if you make it a larger scale, let's say you are going to make 10,000 or 1 lakh copy, then what will be the cost. That you need to do it by taking help of some of the definitely some of the people who actually knows the this kind of thing best. So some of the management or the people who can analyze this thing. So once this is done, let's say your prototype is already you have made the prototype, you have all the details, then you need to again submit that thing to the patent authority. They will grant. Once your patent is granted, okay, everything is ready, then you look for the investor. If you have the money, if you are become the investor, then invest on it. Before that, one thing has to be assured, market analysis, that demand, what is the demand for that product. Let's say it does not mean that you have to do the market analysis throughout the India, but let's say your product is only for the few group of people. So at least you run a survey that what is the expected number of product that will be sold in a year or within 6 months. Based on that, you need to invest, because it's all about that money has to be generated from your whatever you are investing, right? And if you are not the investor, then you need to look for the investor. You need to convince him that okay, if you invest 1 lakh rupees, you will get it back 2 lakhs within 1 year. You have to first have the confidence, but make sure the patent is granted, because I am not going to invest until unless I am sure that it is unique, it is only belongs to you. If already people have already have this thing, then no one is going to. So first, after getting the patent, first within 3 years get the patent grant that been granted. After that, try to do all kind of. It's a long process. You need to do the survey. You need to take the help from other people who are expert on market analysis. With proper things, you have to make a report, and you need to make sure in that report that if you invest 1 rupee, how much rupees you are getting back. You need to give the complete details that if you invest 5 lakhs, you will get 10 lakhs or 15 lakhs within 1 year. With that report, you need to visit different investors. So once they are agree, then try to launch the product. Definitely there are some legal procedure over it. So I believe that it will help you.
Can I add
Thank you so much,
something
sir.
to your answer, Chandan
Yes,
sir?
yes, sure.
For all these students, especially, whatever Chandan sir was saying, this is known as, in a very short way, it's called a business plan, complete business plan. It must have thorough details of a lot of factors, including particularly for the investor, what is his return on investment? Things like payback period for the investment that is made, supposing it is some 10 crores. Then how many years from the beginning will that 10 crores come back before you see the face of profit? These are very, very, easy to say, but very complex analysis, and it includes market surveys and what kind of price the market will play, because cost is a fact and price is a policy. That you must remember. Okay, I can sell a 2 rupee costed product at 20 rupees, and I might find it difficult to sell a 17 rupee costed product at 20 rupees. So there is a lot of involvement, and as you get more and more involved in your project, you will automatically be guided to these factors yourself. Thank you.
Thank you
One
so much,
question
sir. So
came.
this,
Yes, I got one question that from
yes,
Kajal
please,
Sinha.
please go
That
ahead.
can an idea which is modified from an existing product or idea be patented? Yes, if you modifying an idea and if it is unique, then definitely it will be patented, no problem. If you are taking an idea which is already there and if you are making it unique by modification, then you can go for the patenting, no problem, because your that thing is completely now new after modification. That's why new things are coming. So there is no problem, absolutely, but it has to be unique after modification. Then you can go for the patenting. No issue.
Sir, there is one question by Adnan Ahmed. He is asking that is proposing an idea enough for it to be patented as an idea patent,
Yes,
or
yes.
do we need to prove the idea as well?
Minimum proof is required. In idea patent, even if you don't have the proof, right? With scheme and diagram, your idea can be patented because they are giving you a few months of time. A time will be given to you for the making prototype and submitting the proof. Then only they will be granted, right? But for idea patent, idea with proper, there are some specification is there, right? You need to give the your objective, your what are the new things. That means what are the new things have been introduced with proper scheme and diagram, how you are going to conduct it. If possible, you can also give the expected expenditure, also all those things you can give. But proof, if you don't have, that means they don't ask for prototype and other things, right? If you have the idea, you can get the idea patent.
I guess the proof of concept is the actual word that is used for the.
Yes.
And so about the proof of concept, I would like to tell all the participants that everything about maintaining a proof of concept, making an online repository of it, it will be detailedly explained in the 6th day of this workshop series. And so there's another question by Gaurav Adhikari. He wants to ask you that in what way design thinking can be spread in the mind of million peoples of rural areas to modify the lifestyle of them.
Yes, that is one of the part, I think, that has to be taken by the students who are attending this kind of workshop. Because see, according to me, if every student can make aware around another 800 students, so this chain will be continued. Because otherwise it is very difficult. Because it is very difficult that every villages and other thing will be inviting, and they will be also able to understand this thing. But it will be easier for spreading this thing if students take the initiative. Let's say some students from one village, they are attending this thing, so they can organize an workshop, they can tell in their own languages, in their own manner, and they can also do some survey on it, and in that way they can spread these things, design thinking approaches. So I believe that there are many people who has the skill, and design thinking do not need I believe we do not need any degree and other thing to design something. Frequently we have seen in the newspaper and other thing that new things are coming, new designs are coming, new products have been come already, and that has been done by let's say 10 per student, or even they have not visited the school. Lots of examples. Today I don't have the time, otherwise I will show. There are various sketches on that, and that product are not only innovative but very much useful. So it is very important to spread the design thinking approaches for the rural people also. But initiative must be taken by the students or the people who are actually educated from that village, or who are actually representative of that thing. Right? For example, me, I can, when I will visit my village, I can also talk to some of the people and make them aware that if you can modify something which you are using every day, and if it is useful, if it is more unique, then it can help your life. So this way it can be possible to spread the message.
Thank you so
Okay.
much for
Thank you,
sharing
Dada.
the light on the question. Sir, there's another question from my side only. Sir, as you told about combining the technologies.
Yes.
Sir, I have made a project in which I try to combine the IoT technology with the washing machines.
Yes.
So it was a concept based on the washing machines, which is totally controlled by IoT.
Yes.
But the problem there was in the patenting. We didn't knew the components we are using are already available in the market. So we were not able to make out the novelty of that project. If this circuit has already been made in the previous by some other company, or this circuit which we prepared to make this washing machine is entirely new. We even went to the prototyping phase. We bought some old washing machines, implemented the whole idea, but still we were not able to apply for the patent because we were not aware of the novelty of the.
Okay, so you can actually go for the patent searching. First, you look at whether it is available or not. If it is not available completely, then fine. If it is available, also try to look at that how you can change something so that your thing can be little bit new or unique. Because you have done something, and if you throw it like that, then that's not good. So if you just try to again modify it, you have already modified combined, so try to modify this thing. You look for the circuit whether it is already done or not in Google patent, or there are some patent searching engine. And if it is completely new, then no problem. Even if it is existed, modify it and go for the patent thing. Throwing is not
Thank you so
a
much, sir.
solution, right? Because you have done something,
Yes.
it's a great thing. Nowadays, these kind of things are important. But my suggestion will be just first you have to go through thoroughly the patent search engine or whatever is available. If it is available, then modify it. If it's not available, then it's fine. Your question is you don't know whether it is available or not, right? So first you have
Yes,
to
sir. Yes, sir.
search it. If it is available, then also don't get demotivated. If you have this, once you have able to combine it, you can modify it also. So modify that circuit, little bit modify, because it has to be different from the existed one, and then go for the patent.
Understood. So thank you so much for explaining the whole topic. I would like to move forward with the session. Anirudh, then Dibhudashi, you can carry forward.
So, okay, sir, I also have a question.
Yes, yes, please.
So, like, is it possible that for anyone to test his design or anything like that within a day, or what he or she will do if he or she doesn't have the technology to test it out?
Very nice question. This problem actually is faced by most of the designers, that those who are designing. That's another thing that you need to look for. My suggestion will be first make a multidisciplinary team. You have to have minimum the people. Let's say you know that which you are going to design. So you know that what are the requirements. Based on that, first make a team. Make a team and try to take help from the mentors, right? Those who are expert on that. And testing in day, don't think like that you need to do in one day. Definitely you need to give some time. One day testing in one day is not possible, and you cannot do it alone. First you have to actually break this mindset that you will do it alone. First thing in the design and entrepreneurship is that, or any idea generation, make a multidisciplinary team. So that computer science student, EC student, mechanical, all the, even take the student from communications and other things, because they have the much more better communication skills than you. When you have to present in front of the investor or in front of the other committee member, you may not be that much, you are not that well, let's say speaker, but your friends who has the skill, take that also. They will not contribute in the technical part, but they will contribute in other part. So as you asked me that who will help you, I think the best answer will be, first you make the multidisciplinary team as per your requirements, and take help from the mentors also, the professor, supervisor. Even you can also collaborate with the company people, because you know that this product is going to whether it is the part of this company or this company, you will be knowing better. Let's say it is a part of IT company, so try to look forward IT companies. So even if you don't know the IT company people, visit the IT store and there will be some engineers to take help from there. This way you need to work. This is the way that if you really keen to launch your product, somehow you need to manage it. And my suggestion will be, if it is a mechanical thing, go to the mechanical shop. You don't have to go to a mechanical engineer, because if you visit mechanical shop or repairing center, they know much better than the professor, because they are doing it every day, right? What I personally believe. So you need to visit to that people, those who are actually testing it. You can visit some of the, if it is electronics thing, you can visit some of the electronics engineer, those who are working. Or if you don't know any engineer, then you can take help from the freelancer. There are many people who are acting as a freelancer who try to help it out, right? So this way you need to actually solve the problem.
Shaurya, Dibhudashi. So I think no one have any question.
Yes.
So just now conclude the session. Anirudh is there?
Sir, I'm present here.
Hey, sir.
Okay, I can
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining.
Actually, some students are actually asking the question. So, thank you, Pradhuman, and thank you, Ashutosh. But today we do not have much time, so we have to conclude the session. In the next session, usually we will take your questions. And actually no, I am just taking your question. I will mail to the Chandan sir. He will reply. I
Yes,
think.
yes, definitely.
Then I will back to you. Okay, Ashutosh and Pradhuman, just send to the question in WhatsApp. I will forward to the Chandan sir. Ashutosh and Pradhuman.
So
Thank
now
you
I
for.
would like to. So now I would like to invite Professor Divakar, sir, who is the head of IEC and also IEDC, to felicitate the speaker. Sir, can you please? I'm sharing
Yes.
the screen.
Thank you, Shiv. Thank you, Shreya. Thank you, Shreya. Today's actually today's session was very good. And thank you, Chandan sir, for joining us.
Thank
So,
you very much.
this certificate is awarded to Dr. Chandan Adhikari for being the invited speaker in the Innovation and Entrepreneurship Workshop, a series of six sessions organized by Institution Innovation Council, Institute of Engineering and Management, Kolkata, on 31st January 2022. Thank you, Chandan sir, for joining us. It's a wonderful session.
Thank you
And
very much for inviting me.
yes, we are hoping that we will again arrange another workshop, because students are very much interested. So again, in workshop
Yes,
two, we will.
definitely. I'll be very happy to give that, because there are various other techniques which I am not able to complete. So definitely it will help me also to explain another three, four techniques.
Thank you.
Now, as we have come to the end of the session, so I will be sharing the Google form. It has already been shared in the Zoom meeting. I will also share it on the YouTube so that everyone can give the attendance. So if you have already filled the Google form, you can leave the meeting now.
And
Thank you so
tomorrow
much, everyone, for
Also,
joining.
tomorrow we have also the interesting workshop on problem solving. Though that session will be taken by Professor Amartya Mukherjee. I hope all of you will join, and I think you will be enriched if you join. Oh, thank you.
yes. Also, I would
Thank you, sir.
like to call everyone to switch on their video and we take a screenshot of this wonderful session.
Everyone, can you please switch on your camera for a moment?
I think my video is switched on. Am I right?
Yes, sir, your video is on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, everybody.
Okay, thank you. Have a good evening, all of you. It was very nice. And students, please maintain the same level of enthusiasm, the asking questions and understanding and participating. Then you will be benefited very much from all these discussions. Thank you very much. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Now, people, if you have already filled the Google form, you can leave the meeting. Thank you so much for joining. We will see you tomorrow in the next session.
Thank you, everybody.